Dear students, welcome to your social science history class, chapter 4, the opposition to British rule in Karnataka. In this chapter, the main learning objectives are Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan, Anglo-Mysore Wars, Dondia War, rebellion of Kittur, Sangoli Rayanna, rebellion of Amurasudya, Puttabasappa, rebellion of Surapura and Koppal, and rebellion of Bedas of Halagali. Children, the present Karnataka, the present Karnataka, what it was there, was scattered among the various principalities before it was integrated together. Apart from establishing the political supremacy, the British exploited the people in agriculture and trade in order to protect their own interest. These exploitations, which was done by the British people, the people started feeling insecurity in Karnataka. So the local kings also suffered, and even they also started feeling of insecure, and because of that there was a rebellion against the British that took place in Karnataka. The zamindars and the kings fought against the British people. Tipu Sultan was put forth of strong opposition to the British by utilizing the strength of the Mysuru kingdom. In between the years 1761 to 1799, we see that there are the important political developments which took place and where they opposed the British rule. Now let us move on to Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali was a sultan and a de facto ruler of the kingdom of Mysore in southern India. He was born in southern India. Born as Hyder Ali Khan, he distinguished himself the military, eventually drawing the attention of Mysore's rulers. Rising to the post of the Dalvayu, that is the commander-in-chief to Krishna Rajavadiyar II, he came to be the dominant, the titular monarch and the Mysore government. He became the de facto of the rulers of Mysore as the Sarvadhikari, that is the chief minister, by 1761. During the intimate conflicts against the East India Company during the First and Second Anglo-Mysore Wars, Hyder Ali distinguished himself in military tactics, being the innovator of military use of the iron-cased Mysorean rockets. He also significantly developed the Mysorean economy. Though he was illiterate, Hyder Ali earned an important place in the history of southern India for his administrative and military skills. He concluded an alliance with the French and used the services of French workmen in raising his artillery and arsenal. His rule of Mysore has characterized by frequent warfare with his neighbors and rebellion within his territories. This was not bordered by the Krishna River in the north and the Eastern Ghats in the east and the Arabian Sea in the east. Next, we are having the first Anglo-Mysore War, children. The Anglo-Mysore War, when we move, the ruler of Mysore, Hyder Ali, was an efficient administrator, as we saw. He was a diplomat and was a very intelligent general. He introduced many reforms which strengthened his company. The rise of Mysore was a threat to the English East India Company policies of the territorial expansion. As the Nizam of Hyderabad and the Marathas became rivals to Hyder Ali, the British took advantage of these rivals to annex Mysore. 4 wars were fought to subjugate the Mysore. Now let us first move on to the first Anglo-Mysore War. The first Anglo-Mysore War was a conflict in India between the Sultanate of Mysore and the East India Company. The war was instigated in part by the machinations of Asaf Jah II, the Nizam of Hyderabad, who sought to divert the company's resources and an attempt to gain control over the northern Sarkars. Let us see the background, children. The background, when we see that the 18th century was a period of a great turmoil in India. Subsequently, although the century opened much of the subcontinent under the control of the Mughal Empire. The death in 1707 of Emperor Aurangzeb resulted in the fracturing of the empire and a struggle of the viceroys and the other rulers of the territory. And we also studied about the Carnatic wars and all. Now let us move on to what were the causes of the war. The British East India Company, seeking an overland connection between its holdings at Madras and Bengal, sought to gain the access to the northern Sarkars, a series of coastal territories held by the French until 1758, when they were ousted with the British military support. They had applied to the Nizam offering to pay the rent well above what he was currently receiving from the Nawab of Arcot. The Nizam rejected their offers. Lord Robert Clive next applied to the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, who in August 1765 issued a decrees granting the company's right to the territory. At the same time, children, the Nizam was involved in the alliance with the Marathas. Both he and the Marathas ruling Peshwa Madhavrao I were concerned over the expensive threat posed by Hyder Ali. After assisting the Marathas in dealing with one of their confederates in 1765, the allies began developing plans to invade Mysore. When the British began occupying the northern Sarkars in March 1766, the Nizam objected, issuing a threatening letters to the company authorities in Madras. He considered going to war against the company, but his poor financial condition made this impossible. Instead of that, he negotiated a treaty with the company in 1766. In November, under its terms, the company received 4 of the 5 Sarkar immediately in exchange of 7 lakh rupees or the military support to the Nizam. Conflicting involving Madras authorities, Muhammad Jinnah and Tippu Sultan was also slimmering. Muhammad Ali Khan Walas, allied to the British, whose territory he surrendered, was upset that Hyder was harboring the opponents of his, including his older brother Mahfuz Khan and the Raja Sahib and the son of Chanda Sahib, a previous contender for the throne of the Carnatic. Hyder was annoyed that the British had established a fortified outpost at Vellore, and the company for several times rebuffed of his offers of alliance. On the other hand, in late 1766 was rejected because the local council viewed an offer. The first Anglo-Mysore War saw Hyder Ali gain some measures for the success against the British, almost capturing the Madras. The British entered into an agreement with the Maratha and the Nizam of Hyderabad. A tri-party alliance emerged, but Hyder Ali, with manipulative ideas, was successful in breaking the alliance. He also created the enmities and distrust among the Marathas, Nizam of Hyderabad, and the British. There was also a political disturbances which emerged in Arcot during this time. Hyder Ali and Nizam of Hyderabad attacked Arcot in 1767. The king of Arcot had already made an alliance with the British, and the war started with this incident. The battles took place in Tiruchinappalli, Tiruvannamalai, and Ambur and other places. Hyder Ali organized the lightning attacks in these battles. The British military from the Bombay joined the war. Hyder Ali considered the war as a challenge to the personal power and continued with the war. His army reached Madras by 1769 and created a panic among the Britishers. Inevitably, the First Anglo-Mysore War ended with the Madras Treaty. Now we will move on to the next. This is the Hyder Ali's domain in 1780. Now we will move on to the Second Anglo-Mysore War. The Second Anglo-Mysore War was fought between 1780 to 1784. The British had occupied the French ports in Mahe, which was under Hyder Ali jurisdictions, and prevented the the merchants of Mysuru from trading with Europe. This infuriated Hyder Ali, who declared the war against the British. Now let us go on in detail with this one, with the Second Anglo-Mysore War. The political situation in Travancore and Tanjavur, this was one of the most important children behind the war. The Madras Treaty had put the political developments in South India. The British, they had tried to break the Madras Treaty when Madhav Rao attacked Srirangapatna with the Maratha army. So during this time, according to the Madras Treaty, the British, according to this treaty, the British would help Hyder Ali if any enemies attack, but the British rejected. So Hyder Ali had to face the Madhav Rao alone. So Mahe, the French colony, was under the hold of Hyder Ali, and the British attacked Mahe and captured it. This was one of the main reasons for the Second Anglo-Mysore War. Hyder Ali, in the starting of the war, Hyder Ali he had won, but he captured many forts of Karnataka region. Kanchipuram was captured by Hyder Ali, and also it reached still Coromandel beach. The British officers started worrying about Hyder Ali's success. So Hyder Ali attacked again Arcot and captured it. He also threatened to attack even the Vandivash and Vellore, but the army was kept standby by the British, and it was led by Sir I.D. Coote. He followed Hyder Ali's army till Pondicherry, and the French refused to support Hyder Ali against the British. So now Hyder Ali changed his strategy and he attacked the regions under the British to control, and he captured a large booty of arms and wealth. Hyder Ali was defeated in a battle held in Port Nova by the British, and this increased the confidence of the British, and they changed the direction of the battle. But they suffered the financial setbacks in Pulicat and Solingor. Meanwhile, they entered the Salbai Agreement. By entering the Salbai Agreement, the British were successful in winning over the Marathas and the Nizams of Hyderabad. Hyder Ali died in the field during the war, and this war was continued by his son Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan had waged a war in Malabar region when Hyder Ali died, and the British tried to take the advantage about Hyder Ali's death by invading Mangaluru and Bidanuru. They were also tried to instigate the rulers of Calcutta and Calicut and Malabar regions against Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan thought of all this development and decided to protect Mangaluru and the coastal region. He defeated the British, and the Treaty of Mangaluru ended with the Second Anglo-Mysore War in 1784, children. Now let us move on to Tipu Sultan, the tiger, the life of Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan felt that the British are the major obstacles of the policy for his policy of expansion. So he tried to drive them out seriously. He became the ruler of Mysuru after the Hyder Ali's death. He knew about the cunning plans of policies of the British, and he thought that it was his duty to drive out the British from India. He waged a war against them, against the British, throughout his 17 years of rule. And he clearly understood the cunningness, the clever manipulations, and the strategies of the British. He knew that hurting the business interest of the British would weaken the political strength of the British. So he tried to organize the army of the British into one group, enemies of the British in one group, and he tried to break the monopoly of the British over trade in India. These attempts made anger the British people. Like this, the enmity grew between Tipu Sultan and the British. Among all the attempts during 18th century to stop the British, the efforts of Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan stand out due to the many aspects. They knew that they cannot defeat the British with their traditional arms. They modernized their army, and the soldiers of Mysore army were capable of using the modern weapons and do drills like the European armies. Both Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan used rockets during the war for the first time in India. The modern weapons, both of them knew they needed funds in their treasury for the battle. Hyder Ali had witnessed many Nawabs going bankrupt while waging a war against the British. So both of them took measures to strengthen the economic system by entering into the various agreements and trade pacts. They nationalized the tobacco and sandalwood, and they invited the French experts to improve the quality of traditional articrafts of Mysuru in order to gain better market share at international market. So children, I will stop here. In the next class, we will move on to the third Anglo-Mysore War, fourth Anglo-Mysore War, and we will see to the Dondia War. Thank you, children.